a while since the last video, but it's time to get back at it. And what better film than an 80s gem with time travel, science project, Dennis Hopper, and government bullshit. Anyways, I'm Bob, you're you, and this is Classically Bad Cinema.
My Science Project is a science fiction comedy released in 1985 on the heels of other films such as Back to the Future, Real Genius, and Weird Science. With a budget of $10 million, it made just $4.1 million at the box office. The film opens with the title screen that looks like it was done in PowerPoint, as we see stars and hear audio of a bogey going down. Now, you don't need exciting visuals of jets and a UFO squaring off, especially when you get treated to a caravan of cars driving to Dawson's Air Force Base. Well, the year is 1957, and the president is investigating the UFO crash. Now, for some reason, I always thought that this guy was just some high-ranking military dude.
I'm the dude.
He's briefed on the situation and gives the order to dispose of it like it's some useless government property.
What, like garbage or a piece of shit?
Okay, stop right here. I mean, this is ass. And I'm talking a truck full of ass. There is no way the government, especially Cold War government, is going to destroy it without attempting to study, fix, and fly the damn thing. Anyways, we fast forward through the bullshit to the awesome 80s, 1985 to be exact, the year of the Super Bowl Shuffle, We Are the World, Back to the Future starring John DeLorean's other iconic car, Bagel Bites, the North American release of Nintendo, Cherry Coke, and Shitty New Coke.
They suck. But it's not just a clever name.
We enter a high school science class already in progress that's taught by Bob Roberts, which is probably the coolest teacher of all time, even with the questionable gas huffing. He's played by the late, great Dennis Hopper. As he gets updates on student science project, we meet senior Mike Harlan and his friend Vinny, both completely oblivious to what's going on around them. When questioned, he gives the same response I give my boss at work.
I'm working on it.
Of course, what he really means is he's still trying to decide on a project. And Roberts isn't letting it slide, and he issues a warning. No project, no diploma. But in fairness, Harlan did mention rebuilding a carburetor. But Roberts, he refuses. He pushes him to aim higher, challenging him to take on something a little more ambitious. I wonder if he's going to regret that later. Now, this is just going to be the first of many shitty things that's going to happen today. Because after class, Mike's girlfriend breaks up with him following the advice of her Cosmo Romantoscope. Fortunately for him, single life seems to be temporary, as he does score a date with school brainiac Ellie Sawyer, who in a desperate attempt to talk with him, disconnects her distributor cap. Even though the two were talking just moments ago on the way to the parking lot. I don't know. I guess there's worse ways to start a conversation.
My name is Bob Kelso, and I like whores.
Anyway, she needs him to ask her out because of some 80s high school senior thing, which he agrees, but he does verify that she does not read Cosmo.
Clever.
Mike's day does continue this downward trajectory when he returns home and finds his dad making out with Dolores, who's a sales rep for Betty Joe Cosmetics. But not having time for this, he focuses on the task at hand, finding a science project. So Mike, with Ellie in tow, venture to the now closed Dawson's Air Force Base, proving that Crystal's Romantoscope was correct and Mike hasn't learned anything.
Oh, yeah. I'll be damned.
The two scour the junkyard looking for a potential project that Mike stumbles, or in this case falls flat into an old vortex fallout shelter. And the commotion arouses suspicion of the security guard as Mike finds the purple interocitor-looking device that zaps both his flashlights.
This is absolutely fascinating.
One alien gizmo, rat, and screaming date later, security discovers them, forcing the two to make a mad dash for the exit. After narrowly escaping security, Mike Day continues as a newly found gizmo zaps his GTO. This makes you wonder if Mac is in the back of this car. For some reason, Mike doesn't want to leave his car, nor having anyone find out that it broke down.
I mean, honestly, what the hell does he think's gonna happen?
Mike contacts Vinny on the CB and interrupts whatever this is.
We don't know how we don't want to know.
They drop Ellie off at home before heading to the garage as Sherman and some classmates are spying on her house. And with this tech, I'm guessing this probably isn't the first time. Now there's a face that says restraining order. The next day, Mike gets busy to work cleaning the gizmo, which involves random button pushing, switch flipping, and other incredibly scientific things you would do when you find a mysterious gizmo you definitely shouldn't be touching. And naturally, this goes splendidly. Kills Vinny radio, the gizmo fries a battery, and Mike has a pair of pliers that simply vanish from his hand. So to recap, Mike has lost his car, Vinny's radio, 2 flashlights, a battery, and a pair of pliers. Oh, and 2 hours of actual time that he's never getting back.
This is getting mighty peculiar.
Now that he owns fewer things and has fewer answers, the two turn to Peeping Tom Sherman.
And just tell me what the hell is going on.
And he yammers on about time-space continuum and Einstein's theory of needing great power to break through various dimensions and a potential...
And boom! You're all cosmic dust!
Or in other words...
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Still having absolutely no idea what's going on, the guys turn to Bob. And of course, Bob is less than thrilled that they missed class and his test, and doubles down on the warning. If their projects are not amazing, they're both getting D's.
Hey, I'll take it.
But he does offer assistance later that evening, and they recruit Ellie and her camera, even if she is a ginormous liar.
Oh yeah, one more thing. Do you read that mag, Cosmo?
That rag? Are you kidding?
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
Mike goes home, and so does his bad luck when he discovers that Dolores has redecorated the house with the cringiest pink. Oh, and he finds out that she's his new stepmom. And of course, Mike isn't pleased, and his dad isn't pleased that he's not pleased, which honesty is a load of crap. I mean, he runs off and marries a woman that he's known, what, maybe 24 hours? And he's upset that his son isn't cool with this?
No, they're ignorant. That's ignorant.
The three meet up with Bob and show him the gizmo, which he suspects is a power source. It oddly notes that it's generating power and light without heat. Of course, Ellie is skeptical.
Wait a second, Bob. Is this like when you told us we could smoke banana peels?
Dennis Hopper, doing Dennis Hopper things, believes that it has the ability to generate time warps and that the most logical course of action is to plug it in.
For the next 24 hours, all your decision-making privileges have been removed.
And this proves to be a very, very bad decision. And for the second movie in a row, someone gets sucked into a device. Do you remember what I said earlier about Mike wanting to rebuild a carburetor as his project? I'm guessing that Bob's probably thinking that really wasn't a bad idea right about now. Facing the real possibility that they killed their teacher.
Great, there goes my D.
Control of the gizmo that's warping time and space, and well, the entire situation for that matter, they decide that they need the
Blackout Town.
Oh my god, that was your plan. And you all went along with it.
I was having my doubts.
And just think, all of this could have been prevented if someone would have just said,
I don't know what to do now. I don't have the parenting skills necessary to deal with this.
Harlan steals explosives from his dad's store, and it becomes a mad race to outrun the warping alien gizmo. The three get ahead of it temporarily, quickly wire up the explosives, and... improvising, they pop the hood of the car and, like the stuff stand next to McDonald's, blow the power line. Deactivating the device, saving the day, yeah, and theoretically trapping their science teacher somewhere in space and time.
This is a bummer, man. That's a bummer.
As hard as it might be to believe, Mike's day's about to get a whole lot worse.
How we doing?
Same as always.
That bad, huh?
Seems the police have linked our heroes to their missing teacher, even though they really don't have any clues, no body, no weapon, motive, or anything else for that matter.
That's what turns me on about you. Your attention to detail.
While the boys are headed to the station, Ellie is tasked at retrieving the gizmo. At least that was the plan.
No!
You gotta be fucking kidding.
But I mean, how bad can it be? They destroyed the power lines.
Fuck!
Yeah, scenes between the time of detonation and the arrest, the time warp fixed the power lines. On the plus side, it's probably a good thing, because the trip to the police station, it ain't going good.
Why do you wear sunglasses at night?
Because when you're cool, the sun shines on you 24 hours a day.
Oh, yeah?
I know loan sharks that are more forgiving than you.
On the other plus, its reactivation allows Mike and Vinny to escape custody and add to their list of felonies. They arrive at the school to a very large, out-of-control vortex and run into Sherman and learn that Ellie is unconscious in the science room. Or at least that's where he left her while he was saving himself. Regardless, the boys enlist his assistance, even if he isn't too keen on venturing back into school.
You know, you acting like a little bitch, alright?
And yes, unlike the time machine with George going in unarmed, Vinny's having none of it.
But if I'm gonna wind up in another dimension like Barbarino, I'm going in there packing.
And loads up like he's done this before. They discover it's not just the science room that's engulfed in a time warp, but the entire school is overrun with dangerous time displaced shit. There's Neanderthals, gladiators, soldiers, Fallout super mutants, Star Wars pigs, and a full-on T-Rex. And again, this all could have been prevented if someone would have just looked at the damn thing and said, "Minding my goddamn business. I be minding my goddamn business." The further they venture, the more weapons they find, which they're going to need, because unlike the caveman and the kick to the dick, nut shots aren't going to work on Godzilla. Luckily, it doesn't know they're there. Unfortunately, it knows they're there. After hundreds of rounds and Vinny almost getting digested, Mike blows a very large hole in the T-Rex.
You couldn't have done that earlier?
And after surviving Godzilla, escaping the super mutants yet again, they reach the science room and alley amongst the debris. It becomes pretty apparent that any escape will involve deactivating the gizmo, all the while avoiding getting sucked in like Bob, which Mike managed to successfully do on both counts.
Yes, very sad. Anyway.
But their shock and grief is misplaced, because like the power lines, but not like the pliers, Mike returns and all four limp out of the shattered remains of their school that some poor bastard is going to have to clean up.
Oh, fuck. Oh, my God.
Also returning is Bob with a nod to his Easy Rider role, and he gives Mike an A on the condition that he gets rid of the gizmo. I'm not sure about Vinny's D though. The two sneak back into the junkyard, return the gizmo where they found it, and almost make it back to town before running out of gas. The end. Or is it? So what did I think of this 80s sci-fi thriller? Time to go to the hits and misses. The hits. The special effects are really well done for the time. The creature work with the T-Rex, the glowing alien gizmo, I mean, they're really solid. I always enjoyed the school-turned time warp funhouse as the three venture further in and encounter all types of crazy shit from the past and the future. There's also lots of memorable character. Dennis Hopper's great, and his mere presence elevates the film with his oddball charisma. And I really loved the nod to his famous Easy Rider role. Vinny's great too. Most notably was,
but if I'm gonna wind up in another dimension like Barbarino, I'm going in there packing.
I mean, finally, a character using available weapons. The dialogue can be a mixed bag, which is very 80s, even by 80s standards. Now, whether that's part of the fun or a flaw, really going to depend on individual taste and what generation you're from. Now, being an 80s kid, I understand the references, so it adds to that nostalgic feel. The misses. The movie does have a tendency to move too quickly and doesn't always tie together ideas, with moments serving merely as an excuse for a cool effect or a joke. And one glaring issue is the inconsistency around the alien tech and its rule of operation. I mean, they're far from clear. And although that helps get that feeling of a chaotic suspense and leads to some nice visuals, it works less for the overall movie coherence. And this is clearly evident when Mike and Bob return. Power lines are magically repaired, all happening after the gizmo shut down. But at the end, the school is still destroyed, and we're never given the whereabouts of the shop pliers that disappeared from Mike's hand. I mean, the government nonsense of destroying the crap and not studying it, I still think's a big old pile of ass. Now, I'm willing to suspend belief, but this was too much. High school seniors and their teacher unlock some of the mysteries, but the government scientists are like, hell, just junk it like it's a piece of...
What, like garbage or a piece of shit?
Anyways, regardless, if you can find it, it's worth a view. Yes, the special effects, the glowing alien tech, and the time anomalies all have that unmistakable 80s practical effects vibe that can feel dated, but I think in a nostalgic and entertaining way.
Well, that's all the time I got. If you enjoyed this film, hit the like and subscribe button below. If you didn't enjoy it, then tell that drunk dude that joined his own search party to hit that like and subscribe button below. But until next time, I'm Bob, you're you. So long, everybody.